Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. With that, we'll get out to Matt Nagy's home opener as coach of the Bears as we get to Soldier Field with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against...
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got the tight end, Vanette. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 88 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danny Trevathan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would have...
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Leonard Floyd able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick and a big turnover.
Bad play call. I don't know why I picked that play.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 30.
Touchdown, baby.
And all
Go.
the way in, touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the...
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
He lets it fly, and this is going to be intercepted.
Oh, after that dumb ball.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the... The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make
another interception. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guy. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He hits Baldwin right side.
Chosen.
30. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season. But don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustment? Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Khalil Mack. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is...
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge. And 8 and 9.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And he's got Lockett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw now on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to.
Why would you come back this way if you got a man wide open? I mean, wide open in the field. Dumb.
There to bring him down.
I don't want to slant him out.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Let's not forget, a year ago, this was a last place. They'll start out on the ground with Carson.
Why are you cutting this way?
About 5 up to the 28-yard line.
You got a whole open field ahead of you,
From our
dude.
experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And my
Throw up.
goodness,
Man, what the heck?
interception. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And
Pick,
now
threw
here's
straight to
another
him.
interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Baldwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
No. Check, Patriot.
Looking to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Now back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And now
Another
freaking
interception.
Picked up by
Hey,
and the return just
12
across
interceptions
the
in the game.
16-yard line.
The heck? Take me out the game, coach.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception.
And my goodness, another
13
interception.
My money is making me mad with this crap. 13 interceptions. All through 2 touchdowns and through 13 interceptions this game.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And out.
Oh my God.
Message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this.
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What?
Can Zeke deke again? It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With that, we're out to Seattle for the 32nd and final home opener of the 2018 season. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. To see this man running again. Here's Carson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He got 29 yards that time. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand. It's Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return here will go to the 30. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction.
He's got a man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 32 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
No, they up 21-0.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Being chased out left. And the tight end Dixon left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll set up a throw.
And on this play,
he'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him for a loss of 5. Well, the offense has moved the ball pretty well on this drive, but now the defense are bowing their neck up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, not only are they bowing it up, but I think they took a little bit of a gamble there because on second down, they sent people after him and got him, and that puts him in a pretty good spot now to bring up a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on first down.
Good pick. God.
Interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
Oh, my
and he's
God.
able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do.
No freaking protection. What the freak?
Marcus Lawrence. He's the one
Hurry up,
to get
man.
it, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw here. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And his guys have got it back at the close. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a 1st down. And Dixon over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively.
Green 39! Green 39!
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him.
I have not thrown a touchdown yet this whole game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Green 39! Green 39! They're running it. Check 99! Check 99!
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. He hits Baldwin right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Vanette, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10, and that'll be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And now here's another interception. Picked off.
That was my 10th touchdown. What the heck?
It's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And my goodness, another interception.
Why did I?
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives.
Anyway, we should be losing 31-3 right now.
Randy Gregory in there to pick up his 2nd.
We should be playing a whole lot better than what we doing.
We've been around this league for a while.
You know, this is our 3rd game that we done lost. Be at quarterback.
In this case, though, he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down.
Pick.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
Oh, what?
Interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well,
ain't no way this man caught the ball and tipped it, and the safety caught off his hands.
Attack on an interception here, as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
I threw it straight to you for a reason. Oh, this game over. This game done. We done lost 3 games straight. That's embarrassing. And we at home.
Their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head
Pick.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
This game over.
A road win in the National Football.
I didn't throw no touchdown. Just embarrassing.